Hi, we're Jill and Jay. Welcome to our makerspace.
Today we're going to make rainbow soap.
All right, let's get started. So today we're using a 3-pound loaf mold. It's just a silicone mold that I think we got off eBay. And then we built this little box to give the mold a little bit more rigidity so it wouldn't blow out when we filled it with soap. We've got our scale to measure the soap with, a knife to chop it up, and then a bowl to melt it in. And now we just need the soap.
Today we're using a premium goat's milk melt and pour soap base that we get from brambleberry.com. They're not a sponsor or anything, we just like the soap. We're listing everything that we're using in the description below, and some of the links are Amazon affiliate links, so if you buy from there, we get a small percentage to help us make more videos.
We buy our soap in 25-pound blocks, which can be a bit difficult to handle, so we've cut up a few chunks to chop up and measure out what we need.
We love cool soap that smells great, but when we're spending an arm and a leg on soap, so it's more economical to buy it in bulk, right?
Yeah, the fancy soap we used to buy are 3 ounces each, and for the cost of the bulk soap, we spend about 75 cents for every 3 ounces. That's way better than $7 a bar. Now you have to factor in the additional cost of the mica and the essential oils, but the mica is relatively inexpensive and the essential oils cost about an average of $8 for a 1 ounce bottle, and they last a pretty long time.
Well, I'll leave the soap math to you, but your chopping is going slowly, so let me handle that.
All right then.
Let's melt it.
You'll need some essential oils. You're gonna need some coloring. We're using mica powder. And you're gonna need something to cut the soap with. This is just a little contraption we put together that lets us easily slice the soap into chunks. Because we're making rainbow soap, we want to divide the soap into the different colors. So we're gonna need to separate it out, and for that we're gonna use these measuring cups. You could use just some disposable plastic cups, but we're gonna use these because the soap cleans out of them real easily. You're also gonna need a little spritzer bottle with rubbing alcohol in it to get rid of the bubbles in the soap. All right. We're gonna put our soap over top of the boiler, give it some time to melt, and then we'll separate it out into 6 different colors. You can see it's starting to melt. We typically use about 1 teaspoon per pound, so we're using 3 pounds. We're gonna go about 3.5 teaspoons. So we're gonna go with 2 teaspoons of jasmine.
All right.
And then 1.5 teaspoons of lavender. I really like lavender.
I do too. It's my favorite.
And then 1 more half teaspoon. All right.
Make sure you stir it up good.
Yes, indeed.
All right, our soap is ready to be colorized.
Let's colorize it. We've got 3 pounds of soap, and every pound has 16 ounces. So we have 48 ounces of soap. Divide that by 6. Each color should have 8 ounces of soap.
Gonna zero it out.
All right. I'm gonna try not to make a huge mess.
Good luck with that.
Okay.
If you do this, be very careful because this soap is really hot.
It certainly is. All right, we got our 8 ounces.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna make sure it's good to go. Make sure there's none stuck to the bottom.
Now you just gotta stir it up. Man, it looks pretty.
It really does. I'm trying to do it before it cools off too much.
You want to get a nice uniform color in your soap.
All right, I'm gonna hand it over here to you.
So we'll let this sit and cool a little while, and when it looks like it's gotten a little bit of a skin on top, then we'll pour our next color. All right.
Make sure you stir it up good.
Yes, indeed.
But we put the scent in first before we do color so that it's in all of the colors.
Wow, they smell strong. Smell good.
Make sure that the mica you buy and whatever scent you're using is skin safe. We look for cosmetic grade mica, and we use essential oils. You'll always want to check the bottles of things to make sure they're skin safe.
I feel like the Swedish chef.
Swedish chef!
Derby, what the hey? I'm gonna start chopping stuff up and throwing it right now.
Okay, just gotta get the bubbles out.
Go away, Bubbles.
Go away.
Okay.
All right.
Now we wait. There's so many nice essential oil smells that you can use. You know, tea tree and frankincense.
Citrus stuff,
Yeah.
like orange.
They make nice like soaps for morning, you know, a nice bright orangey.
Or
Wake your ass
peppermint.
up. And
Yeah.
yeah, peppermint will do that too.
Peppermint, eucalyptus.
Yes.
You know, some essential oils have medicinal qualities and have been used for a long time for treatments of different things. There are all sorts of recipes online for tinctures for colds and muscle pain and headaches and things like that. So if you're interested in that, you know, go online and see if you can find a recipe. Pinterest is always good to find a recipe for whatever ails you. I am not an expert. I have not been certified by the Food and Drug Association. So do your own due diligence on that one.
Yes, I think that's fair. It looks pretty good, like it's getting a pretty good skin on it, so we should probably go ahead and measure out the next color. 8 ounces.
8 ounces.
Now let's get our color ready. And this time, I'll splash it on myself as little as possible.
I like to watch it hit the soap because it always does cool stuff.
Somebody is either having a dream or angry that we're not playing with him.
Or having a dream that he's angry that we're not playing with him.
That's possible. Time for the next layer.
You have to use oven mitts made by your nieces. It's a requirement. It makes it more rainbow
Licious.
Licious. Rainbow-licious.
Rainbow-ified.
Yes. Last color.
Last color. Now all we have to do is wait for 24 hours for the soap to cure, and then we'll demold it and slice it up. And in the meantime, all that's left to do is clean up.
All right, we'll see y'all in the morning. It's the next day and time to unveil the rainbow soap. It is very exciting.
Our box for our mold has these little bolts and wing nuts on it, so that we can release one of the sides of the box to get the mold out easier, because it's a little hard to just pull it straight up out of the box. It wants to stay in there. So let's loosen the box up. Okay.
We have a supervisor over here supervising. Ooh, I want to see.
All right, now we got to get it out of here.
Yes. Ooh, I can see. It looks awesome already.
I kind of when we do it, we kind of like just loosen it up, and then all you can really do is just flip it inside out. You really can't pull it out of this mold. You really can't. So let's flip it upside down. I try to take my time because you don't want to rip your mold by accident. Just take your time.
Yay!
Not bad.
I love it.
It smells really good.
It smells really good.
Yeah, it smells good.
Awesome. It looks like the layers.
You can see a few little air bubbles here and there, but they're pretty minor. And it looks like the layers, matched up pretty well. I think the blue may have melted into the purple just a little bit on this side, but that side doesn't look that way. See, there's a little something going on right there.
Just a little, not much. A little on the
You can
edge.
kind of see it here, where the blue looks thicker than the purple.
Yeah.
I think that right there they may have kind of, but overall it looks pretty good.
I think
We
it looks
may have
pretty
had
awesome.
something happen here too, with some yellow bleeding into the orange. All these are incredibly minor issues that no one on Earth is going to notice.
Man, that looks awesome. We'll have to chop it in 2 bars. This is a little contraption we made for cutting soap. And it has little slots right here and right here for 4-ounce soap and 6-ounce soap.
Yep. All right,
Okay.
you want to cut up some bars?
Let's chop some bars.
All right. So I'm going to put the flat side down, slide it in there, and all right, here's our first bar of soap.
Awesome.
It usually comes off with the blade. Just twist it. There's some soap.
Here is some soap. That's a pretty big bar, the 6-ounce
It is.
bar. Lasts us like A week and a half?
Yeah, like a week and a half.
Something like that.
I think it's gonna be different for everybody.
Yeah.
Depending on how cleanly they are, but. So some of it did mix in on the inside.
Some of it did mix. It looks kind of cool though.
Not throughout. It seems like only in certain spots has it done that. Those are the bars you would keep for yourself.
Yeah.
That's your tester.
Yeah.
These that came out well.
Always
You can give those away to people that you want to know you make soap.
Yeah, you can always, your mom or your grandmother or something will always take a slightly defective piece of soap. If you want us to stick these on our Etsy shop, let us know in the comments. If not, we're going to be bathing for a long time with rainbow soap, which is okay with me.
Yeah. It really does look cool.
It really does.
You can see the things it's done. We're gonna have to experiment more to find out why some of them look really nice and then some of them have a little mixing going on.
More than likely, it was just that we poured some too soon.
Yeah. We were gonna buy a temperature gun, like the digital laser temperature gun. We were like, we don't need that. We'll just wait a few minutes. I think we should probably buy one of those so we can actually measure the heat.
Yes.
And each time do it exactly the same.
Agreed.
Live and learn.
Yes. All right. Well, to make sure that your soap doesn't dry out, it's a good idea to wrap it in plastic wrap or put it in a Ziploc or something like that.
And I like to wrap up our molds with plastic wrap after I've cleaned them up, just to keep any dirt or dust from falling into it when it's not in use.
Well, that just about does it. I think this was a pretty successful project.
I think so too. If you try it yourself, let us know how it went in the comments and learn from our mistakes. Melt a little more soap than you're gonna need because you're gonna lose some that sticks on the sides of the bowl and on your ladle and that you drip on your workspace. And when the soap is still in a liquid state, be real careful not to let anything touch the top of it. And don't try to pick it, mold up and move it because you're gonna make a mess everywhere.
If you liked this video and have hung around this long, give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and the little notification things to know when we post more videos.
Thanks for watching.
Make something better today.